Today's video is sponsored by good friend of the channel, Bootleg Greedo. Chatterfang Squireel General versus Zndsplt Eye of Wisdom and Akhorne Eye of Chaos, Beledros Witherbloom and Koma Cosmos Serpent. That's a pretty rough hand to start off with because we're only doing something on turn 3 onwards, but yeah, we'll just have to hope that it's a pretty slow game in the first few turns. But of course, it's not going to be a slow start. A turn 1 Sol Ring from the Izzet player. Sometimes players will keep a turn 1 Sol Ring hand when they've got nothing really to do with the Sol Ring just because it's got this in the opening hand, so you never know, we'll continue to be optimistic. Get down our first squirrel in Ravenous Squirrel, new one from Modern Horizons 2. Nothing on turn 1 from either Gogo or Billy Kills, nothing on turn 2 from the Izzet player either. And at least we get into something to do on turn 2 as well. Let's make ourselves a black mana with the Prismatic Vista. And then we'll go for the Chatter of the Squirrel. Maybe could have saved that until our commander comes out, but I'm thinking we're going to be going Cultivate next turn, then into our commander the turn after, and then one of these, probably the Deep Forest Hermit. So I'm not sure the extra squirrel token is going to be necessarily relevant. Going at Gogo just because it's a Koma list, but definitely going to keep my eye on the Izzet player thanks to the fast mana. Now a Sylvan Library from the Koma player. Nature's Law for Billy Kills. And then he's got a Sol Ring of his own. And the first commander of the game is Zndsplt Eye of Wisdom from the Izzet player. 6 cards still in hand over there. Then round to our turn, we draw into another swamp, so let's get that down. We'll go Cultivate for a couple of forests. And then I was going to go in at Billy Kills, but he's already shocked himself, taking himself down from 40, so we'll just hold back the squirrel tokens. Because we might have to chump block a massive Akhorne next turn. Don't think it's likely that they'll get down Akhorne and manage to get haste on it as well, but you never know. A Myriad Landscape, along with a 3 visits from the Koma player, down at 35, so must have taken a hit from the Sylvan Library. And a Moldavine Reclamation, that once all the pests start coming down should be a really good means of drawing cards and gaining a bit of life. And there we have the second commander in Akhorne Eye of Chaos. And Zndsplt is going to flip coins again. Does that until losing a flip at the beginning of each combat. And I'm not sure how many cards they had in hand there, but they've got 6 in hand now. Looks like they lost both the flips there, chose heads and flipped tails both times. And into another land for us, so we'll go for the snow land with that and we'll get out our Chatterfang. So hopefully we'll be able to go for Deep Forest Hermit next turn and make, it'll be 8 squirrel tokens. Gogo casting Springbloom Druid, and then just tapping out and passing. Looks as though we took a couple of hits from the Sylvan Library as well, plummeting down to 27 now. Phyrexian Tower for kills. So we could see the Beledros Witherbloom here. And there it is. Deciding to untap land straight away. Holding up 4 cards. And it's a Creekwood Liege. That only triggers on the upkeep, but it does give your pests a +2/+2 buff. So as we can see, during the Izzet player's upkeep, a 3/3 pest is made. Doesn't seem as though anyone is looking to cast a board wipe, so I think we're okay to go for a lot of squirrel tokens next turn. Muddle the Mixture is Transmute, search for a 2 CMC spell. So that's probably Krark's Thumb they're aiming for. They have left up the Sol Ring to cast that. And there we are, Krark's Thumb, I'm assuming. Yep, that's what they went for with the Muddle the Mixture. And now it is a slip-through space, making the Akhorne unblockable. Yeah, so didn't see haste last turn, but now we are, instead of trample, just going to straight up see unblockable here. I would think it would go in at Billy Kills if anybody though. Don't think we really have to worry here. The Izzet player chooses heads, and it comes up heads. So let's see how long he can chain this off for. Flipping heads 4 times so far. And as we can see, it is adding a bunch of triggers, so the Akhorne might be able to take someone out here. I think you double its power. Yeah, you double its power each time. So winning a coin flip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 times. So a Corm jumps up to a 384, and they get 13 cards in hand. And that's the power of Krark's Thumb. But now we've got to see how many coin flips they win with a Corm. Doesn't look like too many. So they double up the power again, this time up to 768 on power and toughness. And that can't be blocked, don't forget. Up to 14 cards in hand, thanks to winning that last flip. And yeah, swinging in towards Billy Kills, as he probably should. Because Beladros is going to be pretty threatening. And that is minus 740, he goes down to 768 commander damage. Now a Mox Opal and a Lightning Greaves, probably going to go onto the Acorn. They won't be able to give it unblockable or trample though. If they get something like Fervor into play or an Anger into the graveyard, then yeah, should be able to get through commander damage still. Anyway, let's go for a tap land. And there's an Ashnod's Altar for us, so we could go Ashnod's Altar and Deep Forest Hermit this turn. Get rid of a squirrel token and use it to make more squirrels. I think that's okay. Might make the Zinder Split and a Corn player worry about us, but nothing we can do about it anyway. Might as well just try our luck here. Puts a plus counter on the Ravenous Squirrel. And then let's go Deep Forest Hermit. Going for the Deep Forest Hermit before the Deranged Hermit, because this one will have to sacrifice next turn, but this one will stick around longer. I'm thinking we might just be going for Kraytooth Behemoth next turn though. So there we go, get 8 squirrel tokens into play. And I don't think I'm swinging in anywhere here. Yeah, just going to leave back as many blockers as possible. If that big red commander comes in towards us, then there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it anyway, I don't think. But best to hold back blockers just in case. And there is our Coma, Cosmos Serpent. So I'm wondering, since Gogo has cast that, if that is going to put... yeah, if that's going to put the Fear of God into the Izzet player. Because Coma is obviously a big problem as well. As soon as Lightning Greaves comes away from a Corm, in order to put Trample or Unblockable onto this, then Coma will be able to tap it down, and probably should. Gogo is a fan of politicking though, so could encourage this to go in towards us. Anyway, Coma, making a Coma's Coil at the beginning of the upkeep. Yep, and there we go, here come the politics. So Gogo is going to not tap down the Acorn. Yeah, I'll knock out Tribal if you leave a Corn alone. Yeah, so I dare say Gogo will probably take him up on that. If an opponent wants you to do that, something like that, then it's usually a good idea to not go along with their plan, because they're not exactly trying to benefit you, are they? They're trying to benefit themselves. And yeah, you don't really want to give your opponent any form of an advantage, do you? But you never know, Gogo might fancy his odds against us more. Frenetic Efreet now, a 2-1 flyer, that's just a free coin flip basically. Phases out if you win, sacrifice it if you lose. They've got a Mystic Remora in play now as well. Alright, and Coma, that's very interesting, yeah, clever way of doing it. Lightning Greaves is going to be tapped and not have its activated abilities be allowed to be activated, which means that the Acorn is going to keep Shroud, because they can't take the Lightning Greaves off it. That's the risk you run with Lightning Greaves. There's a number of decks that I don't run Lightning Greaves in and just stick to Swiftfoot Boots instead, because the Shroud can be relevant, and this is one of those scenarios here. Now it might be that Counter Magic is held up by the Izzet player. They do have double blue and 6 cards in hand. They're about to draw a lot more with the Zinder Split, I would think. Yeah, clever play from Gogo. Now a Dockside Extortionist from the blue and red player. Now a coin flip from the Efreet as well. Let's see if they have to sacrifice it or not. They do win the flip, so they will have this phase out, and they're going to draw a card with the Zinder Split and Acorn. The Acorn will double in power as well. And now going through to combat, he has 5 cards in hand, so we'll keep track of how many cards he draws here. Gogo pointing out here that if Itchy has some form of a fling effect that he draws into, then we'll still die to that most likely. And I imagine that would go at me, because Coma hasn't made too many tokens so far. Looks as though Zinder Split is going to draw a lot of cards though. So On a Corm's trigger, a bunch more coin flips occurring. So with all of the coin flips occurring, it is 19 cards in hand here, and that is a 98,304. 98,304. I think we've seen a corn go up to over 1 million on this channel before. You'll have to have a look for an Acorn game on the channel. I'm not sure which one it is. I don't think we've had too many of them. Anyway, Acorn going in towards Go-Go. He can just chump with the Spring Bloom Druid. And of course he does chump with that. Going straight through to the end step. We'll see what Itchy discards. I imagine he'll keep at least one counter spell. We might be able to tempt him to, counter a Deranged Hermit maybe. Alright, so they get rid of a bunch of lands. There's Swan Song, so they'll definitely have another counter spell in hand. Probably another 2. Underworld Breach, they've got Dockside there, so I'm not sure if they'll fish this out or not. Goblin Welder, Vandal Blast. Some lands, a Sensei's Top. There's a Tribute Mage as well, so I'm guessing that they're quite combo-centric in this deck, as we've already seen. Anyway, at the beginning of our upkeep, we will have a Vanishing counter removed from the Deep Forest Hermit, and Coma will get a Serpent. And then we need to be careful to hold up enough green, because we need a total of 5 green mana this turn. Just drawing into yet another land. Let's sacrifice a Squirrel token, which puts a plus counter on the Ravenous Squirrel, and we'll go Deranged Hermit. That might get some counter magic out of our opponent's hand. Comes down fairly quickly though, generating us another 8 squirrels. So we've got 21 damage there alone. They can block there, they can chump block with the Dockside. So we can't take out Ichigo here, I don't think. So let's just hope that they can't do anything about this. Go-Go is holding up priority as well, probably for the Coma, but they could have some free counter magic over there as well. We are against a couple of blue players. We probably go down next turn either way, because Go-Go will be worried about anything else that we can do, even though we've only got 1 card in hand. Looks like it might be getting through though. They pass priority to the Ravenous Squirrel. I'd be very surprised if this gets through the Izzet player's turn. Alright, and it lands, so it looks as though our opponents are going to go down to the Squirrels. There might be some semblance of mass bounce here, maybe a... there we go, a deflecting swap. So allowing it down, but the trigger is not going to resolve for us. Oh, hang on, it did resolve for us. What did that do? You may choose new targets for a spell or ability. Ah, right, it's not targeted, that's why. I just assumed that they were doing that right. I thought maybe they could change a trigger around or something, but yeah, choosing new targets for a spell or ability won't work there. This is a triggered ability, and it doesn't target, so that doesn't work. So it is a bunch of 20/20 Squirrel tokens with Trample. So we'll just break it up even Stevens, half of them going in at Go-Go, half of them going in towards Itchy. And if there's any kind of Aetherize effect, I forgot about the Kraytooth Behemoth actually. If there's any kind of Aetherize effect, then so be it. Alright, and there we go, sending Go-Go down to 75, or minus 75 and 22 Commander. The Izzet player goes down to minus 64. Big thank you to Go-Go and Billy Kills for supporting the channel and playing with me today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Modern Horizons 2 content. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. I'm tribalkai on the eedi-H channel. Thank you for watching.